Welcome to the halls of murder with this painting.
Welcome Reaper Money fans. Today I am making a start on my chess set. This is going to be Goblins versus Dwarfs. Now I've been planning this chess set for a long time, and I've been talking to some of my patrons about it, and they made a list and secretly sent the list off to Mighty Lancer Games. Mighty Lancer Games got in touch with Reaper Miniatures in the USA, and they sent me the whole set of Reaper miniatures that I wanted to make this chess set with. So thank you so much to all my patrons, to Mighty Lancer Games and to Reaper Miniatures for sending me these fantastic miniatures. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you all the different miniatures that I picked for the chess set with the goblins and the dwarfs. Okay, let me talk a little bit about chess and why I love chess so much. Now, here is a book, and this book was released in 1976, and this is when my dad taught me how to play chess. He bought me this book when it was released and taught me the game, and I've been playing it ever since. I was in the school chess club and all the different clubs that all us geeks like to go in when we were in school back in the 70s and early 80s. But yes, this was me, and this book was amazing because it was so simple. And let me see if I can get you in the picture a little bit more. I don't know if you can dig out a copy of this on eBay or somewhere, but it's a fantastic way for a newbie, a very young Michael Mordor, to play chess. And it showed you the simplest way, but he'd done it in knights in armor, and being an absolute crazy boy on fantasy, this just appealed to me even as a young 5-year-old boy, and just flicking through these pages, I'd be like, wow, you know. I just loved it. So this is what started me with chess. And again, if you look at the pages and the drawings, you can see how this book and chess affected the way I painted and my collections, and how I got into painting the way fantasy, because I grew up with the knights in shining armor playing chess. It was a fantastic thing, and this book taught me everything I needed to know, with a little help from my dad, of course. So this is what we are doing today. I am making a goblins and I'm making a dwarf chess set. Now this part, I'm just going to show you the minis that I'm going to be using for the chess set. So let's make a start on that. Let's start with the goblins first. Now each miniature is from Reaper Miniatures. I love metal miniatures, so I was not going to disrespect my chessboard by having plastic. I needed to have metal throughout my chessboard, and that's what I got. So anyway, let's start with the goblins. So what we've got here is we've got some goblin warriors. Now this is a set of 9. Now I only needed the 8, but 9 is perfect, and one little backup. Okay, what we've got next is we'll go for the knight. For the knights, we are using Goblin Beast Riders. These will be fantastic for our goblin side on our chess set. We've got 2 different types from Reaper Miniatures. Absolutely beautiful. Next, we have the bishops. And for the bishops, I'm using Lunk the Goblin, and I'm using a Goblin Shaman. And these will work perfectly as bishops on our chess table. Let me get this a bit closer. Now for the rooks, we have a fantastic set of miniatures. Now I've gone for 2 the same, And this is your Goblin riding a Cyclops. Now this will be perfect for rooks, and they're going to look fantastic on my chess table. Beautiful. Okay, let's move on to the king and queen. Now it's very difficult. I couldn't find any females, unfortunately. So what I've done is I went for an armoured goblin boss and the armoured goblin leader. Now the goblin leader will be the king and the goblin boss will be the queen in my chessboard. And there we are. That's what we have for our goblin picks for the goblin side on our chess game. And these will be absolutely amazing. Let me just see if I can get you a closer picture of all these lovely goblin warriors. They've all got shields and swords, and they will be on our front line. These will be the pawns in our game, and they will work fantastic. Okay, so let's move on to our dwarf side. For the dwarfs, we've gone for the same type of thing. This is another set of miniatures from Reaper, which has 9 different types of dwarf warriors. And these will be for the pawns, and they are fantastic and will look fantastic on the chessboard. Now we got moving on to the knights, and again we got 2 different knights, and this time we're going for bear riders. And these are amazing, and these will be used as our knights in game. Absolutely beautiful. For the bishops, we have a goblin wizard. You've got 2 different types of wizard to go. I think it's a wizard, and this one might be a priest. Probably looks like a priest. So these will be for our bishops. And what I'll do is each base will be made up in such a way you'll be able to recognize each piece on the table more clearly. So let's move on to the rooks. Now for the rooks, I bought 2 of the same miniature, and these are a dwarf swinging a hammer. Now what I'm going to do with this base is they will be on top of a small castle turret or a little ruin, and that'll be used as the rooks for the dwarf side. And last and not least, we have the king and queen. Now for the king, we have this one here. Absolutely beautiful miniature. And then for the queen, we have Nalilia. Absolutely lovely. So that's our dwarf army, and we're all set. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be also making a custom chessboard. Now I'll probably be making a chessboard out of Hearst Arts. Now Hearst Arts is a mold company in the USA that make molds, and you make plaster of Paris molds from their molds that they make. And what I'm going to be doing is the board will be a 2-inch by 2-inch square base. So each square will be 2 inches by 2 inches. Because quite a few of these miniatures, for example, the Cyclops comes on a 2 by 2 base. So 2 by 2 would be the minimum space required for each part on the chessboard. So that's what I'm going to be doing with the chessboard. So it'll be quite a large chessboard, and I will be building it up and making it look fantastic. So there we are. As you can see, I've got plenty of work in front of me to make this chessboard complete. Now what I'll do is I will do lots of little mini series. I'll do another show where I'll be painting all the goblins, then I'll do another show where I paint all the dwarfs, and then I will do a show showing you how I make the chessboard from start to finish for my Reaper miniatures, and then probably a final show showing you the completed game, and I might even show you it with me and Claire having a battle against each other, because what's the point having a chessboard if you're not going to use it? So there we are. I just wanted to show you the miniatures I've got from Reaper Miniatures, and I want to thank once again Mighty Lancer Games, my patrons, and of course Reaper Miniatures for sending me these amazing miniatures, and I cannot wait to get this all done. So I'm going to try and get this show all wrapped up in the next month or so, because it's going to take a while to get them all painted and make up that chessboard, but I'll try my best to keep the show running and get it finished as soon as possible. So if you enjoy what I'm doing, then please hit that sub button. If you want to support the channel, then please become a patron. All patrons are added to the end credits of all my videos. So until next time.
Clean your paintbrushes, prime your models, and join murder.